I'm Max Reimer, the host of Republican Roundtable. I'm here with Veronica from the Minnesota Family Council. Veronica, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
We're talking about pronouns, specifically at the University of Minnesota. There's been a certain mandate that has happened. Can you tell us about what that is about and what you guys are doing about it?
Yeah, absolutely. So the University of Minnesota is considering adding a policy in place that would force pronoun usage for all of its university members to use a person's preferred pronouns instead of ones that are in line with their biological sex.
So they are forcing staff, students, basically everybody involved on campus to basically call you by whatever pronoun you deem as part of your identity.
Yes, that's correct.
So what are you guys specifically at the Minnesota Family Council doing about this legislation? Why do you care about this specific issue?
Sure. Well, we care about it for a couple of different reasons. First of all, at the university, there's a very diverse population of students who hold a variety of political and religious beliefs. And so instituting a policy like this would put First Amendment and religious liberty violations on those students and student groups.
Now, I'm struck by the First Amendment piece of it. I think normally in certain circumstances, if it were a completely private institution or a business or things of that nature, they could dictate a policy like that. But we're talking about an institution that relies on taxpayer-funded dollars. Does that make a difference in your eyes and the Minnesota Family Council's eyes?
Absolutely. Because this is a taxpayer-funded institution, we do have to care about the university upholding the views of the state and being responsible to the people who fund them as well as the student body.
Now, the Minnesota Family Council takes on a number of different socially controversial issues on a number of different fronts, both on the legislative and societal side of just the place we live. From a perspective of response, what kind of response have you gotten from people you've reached out to about this issue on campus?
Sure. Well, we have had some groups on campus who have shown some concern about this policy, and so we're encouraging people to get involved on the issue and voice their concerns while this policy is still in consideration before it's actually implemented.
And is that where the battle needs to happen after it's done being considered and inevitably passed by the University of Minnesota? Is there any other kind of recourse that people have or any other steps that they can take if that were to happen?
Sure. Well, so the grassroots movement does need to happen before that policy is enacted, and they're voting on it, or the policy comment period closes on November 4th. After that, any action that would need to be taken would either have to try and reverse the policy or be legal action at that point.
The people who actually vote on it, is this the Board of Regents, or who actually makes this decision?
Yeah, so it's being considered by the Board of Regents for inclusion in the entire university policy.
Okay. Veronica, how can people find out more about this issue and get involved with the campaign that Minnesota Family Council has going on?
Sure. Well, I would encourage people to reach out and call the university to voice their concerns or comment on the webpage, and then contact Minnesota Family Council if you have any questions about the policy or would like to learn more about the issue.
Very good. Veronica, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This has been the Republican Roundtable.